Welcome to another edition of the magazine. Today we're here with Enrique Goytizolo, who is the president of the Fairhaven Historical Society. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Enrique. So tell us something about yourself.
Well, I am from Lima, Peru, and I came in 1967 and to go to school at New York School of Interior Design. Mm-hmm. And after 3 years, when I graduated, I opened an antique shop in Manhattan. And I stayed for several years, and we used to rent a house in Fairhaven. In Scarlet Neck, it was Camp C space. And for many years, we rented the house, but my wife fell in love, with a community, with a village, mm-hmm. and we ended up buying a house in 4th Street. And I moved my business to Fairhaven, and I opened a gallery for antiques in Center Street, which I had it for several years. Mm-hmm. And then I started to do, shows, national, in many other cities in the United States. And I have continued doing this until now.
Oh, excellent. So how long have you been with the Fairhaven Historical Society?
Well, I was invited to participate on the board in 2004. Okay. And I have been there since then. I have been president. This is my 3rd time that I've been president during that period.
And so tell us about the Historical Society and what is its mission?
Well, this particular museum, this is what we are very much involved with. It is that, the community, there was a group of people that they were part, the historical commission. Okay. But then they decided that they supposed to have a museum. Mm. And then they got this building, and then have been participating, in different activities. Mm-hmm. Since I become involved with it, we really have redecorated, okay. and then do exhibitions, mm-hmm. and lectures. Mm-hmm. And that is one of the main missions of the society, that we maintain the museum. Mm-hmm. As you can see, we have different display cases, mm-hmm. not only, with the buildings from the town, but also, China trade, mm-hmm. and, glass. Mm-hmm. This area was very well known for glass cutting, and so we have different display cases. Plus, like you can see, we have a period room.
Sure.
That
yes.
It is, it's a wonderful room that represents the 19th century, parlor of Fairhaven. Mm-hmm. And so that is our activity. Plus we do, as I said, lectures. Last year we did a fantastic lecture about, Hetty Green that was completely, very well attended. Mm-hmm. We have more than 350 people that came to the town hall. Mm-hmm. And this year in October 17, we are going to have, Nathaniel Philbrick, that is going to come and give us, a lecture. Mm-hmm. These lectures are rather expensive for us to be able to afford them. So we always look forward, the donations from the people when they attend, and they help us. Because the membership is only $25 per year, sure. And so it's rather dear, but our intention is to try to educate the people and to bring the best, lectures so that they can come.
So you offer free lectures? And it's just if people like to donate,
That's correct.
That's great.
It's only free, but, many people, not only the members, but, we had people that came from Marion, Mattapoisett, sure. from different areas because they were very much interested in hearing him. There was Charlie Locks, and that he was wonderful. And now it's, for us to get Philbrick is very difficult. Many people really want him, and then it's hard, but we were able to do it. Also, Beth Louie, another member of the Historical Commission and the Historical Society, she's going to present, they're going to present in the Shepherd's Center.
Okay.
In November 15, it's a play that is going to be about Henry Rogers and Mark Twain, about, their letters and conversations.
Okay.
Which we are looking forward to see too.
Oh, that's great.
We are very active, as you can see.
Yes, you are very active. So how does one go about maybe finding out more about the play?
Well, they are going to be advertised. It's going to be November, so they are just doing it. But we will get the publicity for both.
Sure.
For the 2 lectures. It will be in Facebook and also in the local paper.
Okay, all right. We got to get that advertised. Alyssa Botello will be great to
It will be great.
that.
She has been a wonderful help.
Yeah, she is great. So how does one become a member? Well, it's not very expensive. $25 is very reasonable.
Per year, and then, this particular time for the lecture, since we expect it's going to be so well attended, we are going to keep the first 2 rows for, members.
Oh, good.
Because otherwise, it fills very fast.
Yes.
And then in order to become a member, you can do it online, and then we have membership, forms, all over. So it will be easy if you contact, us, Fairhaven Historical Society.
Okay. And how does someone, like you do lectures, but you do tours as well?
We are not doing at the moment tours,
Okay.
but we are doing mostly concentrated in doing lectures.
Okay.
And exhibitions. See, we finished this exhibition that was education in Fairhaven, and this coming back is going to be about restaurants that don't exist anymore.
Oh, okay.
And the exhibition is going to open in June 14.
Okay.
And every Saturday, we will be open from 11 to 2.
Okay, so 11 to 2 right here at the Academy Building. If people want to come and see, this is amazing. It's an amazing museum. So, and it's right in our town. So it's right down the street from just about everyone.
And everybody, it's interesting to me because many people, when they come, they never been inside a museum, and then they feel so proud that this belongs to them, and they always try to tell their friends to come and help.
Yeah.
So.
And it's great exhibits up here. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So, do you have a scholarship program?
We do have a scholarship program since, 5 years ago we started, and we were offering, it was $1,000 for that scholarship. This year, because, we found out that two of the participants, they were so good, and it was very difficult to choose one of them, and we decided that we are going to have 2. Oh, wow. 2 scholarships. One will be paid by the Historical Society, and the other one, it was a donation from a member. So each one is going to be $1,500.
Wow, that's great.
And that scholarship is for any senior, that goes to the high school in Fairhaven. They should be residents from Fairhaven, and hopefully that they are going to, continue studies in colleges, and hopefully that they are going to continue with a history, and that is what we really look forward. But it has been very successful.
So thank you for saying that, and thank you for doing that, for your society for doing that. It's really encouraging for our high school students who may be a part of the Historical Society in the future.
Yeah, absolutely, yes,
and
we hope so.
Yeah, bringing that forward. Yeah. So I have a question for you, though. So what is your favorite artifact or piece up here in the museum? Because it's amazing. It's amazing.
It is. We are being lucky enough that we have got several things that they've been donated for our families.
Okay.
From Fairhaven in memory of one of their members. We had a family, Robinson, that they were from Chicago.
Okay.
And last year, they decided to bring 4 objects that they donated in memory of their uncle, the portrait there.
Okay.
That he was, a merchant here in Fairhaven, very well known, and he speculated that he wanted these pieces to become to the museum. Okay. And so they brought it all the way from Chicago. They drew, and they brought it. Nice. It was a table, and a pair of fire buckets, the portrait of the gentleman, and a cane. Oh, wow. And the cane have a wonderful history.
Yes.
And then, so I suppose if I have to choose one piece, the cane and history, it will be my favorite one.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And what would you say is the most unique artifact that we have here in the museum?
Well, I would say
probably several.
There were several things that here are quite important. But for instance, we do have the chairs that they belong to Henry Rogers. Okay. And then it's from the library, the chair that was Mr. Rogers and then Mrs. Rogers. Okay. And Mark Twain used to love to come and visit and stay at the library, you know, with them. And yes. He had one of the favorite chairs was one of them. Okay. And another one is Lady Fairhaven, gaming table. That we have behind you, actually. It's a wonderful 19th century, carved gaming table.
That's amazing. There are so many amazing things up here.
And many paintings. You see, like the painting, from Eldred of the Harris House, which is fantastic. This was a, artist colony, and then we have almost a representation of each of the famous artists.
And we have a a nice model of a boat.
The boat, and then we have one of that particular one, but also Manjiro. Where a Manjiro boat, was found. We have a wonderful model. So those are unique pieces.
That's great. So we have the Whitview Manjaro Museum right down the street, and we have the Fairhaven Academy building here, and which is a great museum itself. So really, it's a good opportunity for people to come and see this. And so just say again the hours of operation that we're...
It's going to be 11 to 2 every Saturday during the summertime. Okay. But what we are trying to do is to try to combine, the Stone House, the school, that will open the same hours, and Manjiro. So, people will have the opportunity, that will be like museum day, that they can visit the 3 museums at the same time.
That's nice. And this is all for free?
All for free.
Yes. But if people want to make a donation, how would they be able to make a donation to the Historical Society?
Well, they can do it online. Okay. And then also we have here, a large container where the people put money.
Okay, because I'm sure there are people watching that would want to join.
Right. I hope so.
And also maybe make a donation to keep this museum in operation.
Correct.
Enrique, I just thank you so much for...
It was my pleasure.
For everything that you bring to Fairhaven, and I'm glad your wife wanted you to stay and have your business here in Fairhaven as well, and for your continued success as president of the Fairhaven Historical Society, and for keeping our history alive and so open to our public. So I encourage each of our watchers and viewers to come to the Academy building right here next to Fairhaven High School, and come on a Saturday and come explore this great museum that we have right in our town. So thank you, Enrique.
I thank you for having us.
And thank you for all you do.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Welcome back to the magazine. We're here with Russ, Benoit, and Tom Wojcik, and we're going to hear about the Father's Day Road Race. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the show. We did a big show last year for the 50th anniversary. So maybe we could start by explaining your roles for the Father's Day Road Race and all that it involves.
Well, I handle most of the administrative side of it. The entries, the treasury, and certain things that we have to order to get ready for the race, like Porta Johns, fruit, sure. Pizza, all that other stuff, all the good stuff.
And Russ, what about you?
I'm the money guy, so I'm the guy who goes and asks people for money and gift cards, and I've probably said it before, but not very comfortable with it, but it's a big part of the race because without the support of the community, it sort of doesn't work the same way. So I kind of like to say I ask for the money and Tom literally does everything else. So it's kind of the way I see it anyway.
Well, we have a really great group of sponsors, and a lot of them have sponsored us for a lot of years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it makes it easier because they know it's coming up, and sometimes they even reach out to us.
Yeah, that's been great. The past couple of years, we've had people, just new sponsors, reach out to want to sponsor. And we've been fortunate, too. Like, I've asked a few different places. Like, gift cards are a big part of the race because we give them out to the winners of the various age groups. And we have like, almost 100 this year, gift cards. So we're going to give them out to, like, even maybe like the top 10 fathers. We're going to find different kind of categories to give out the gift cards to. So but people have been real generous. Like, I went to an ice cream place recently, and they're like, "Oh, we'll just give you 10 of them." And I'm like, "Really?" Oh, that's like really nice. So, so we've been fortunate with the support we've had. Yeah, it's fun.
The community really
That's
invests
great.
in the Fairhaven Father's Day Road Race.
Yeah, which is kind of neat too, because we're sort of scooching into cushion it a little bit too. There's a handful of places that give gift cards, sponsorships even.
Good.
Out of a cushion it, so it's it's
But the in-town support is unbelievable.
oh, it's incredible.
Yeah.
That's great. And last year was a big one. It was the 50th.
And we had a great race. It was very successful. We had just under 1,500 register for the race.
That's amazing.
So it was really good. I mean, I wrote down some numbers, and out of that 1,500, about 25% were 18 and under age group.
That's awesome.
You know, so that was the biggest age group.
That's great.
So the youth are involved, which is a good thing, I think.
That's good. And I noticed on your 50th annual shirts, we have the founder of the Fairhaven Father's Day Road Race. Tell us about our founder.
Well, Alan's been involved with the race since the beginning. I don't think he organized it the first year, but he worked it, and then he took it over. So actually, this would be probably the 50th year that he was head of it.
Okay.
Great personality, easy to work with, a lot of knowledge on how to put on a race, and he's still advising us, even though he's getting older. But he still wants to be involved and is involved. And like I said, just a great guy to work with.
Definitely passionate about the race. When I first started helping him do it, he told me, he's like, this is about the time, it was getting closer to the race. He said, this is about the time where I start having the dreams that we do all the work and no one shows up to the starting line. I'm like, really? So he's like, I hope you don't have those dreams too. But
I do.
I actually had one last year.
So Alan Days has passed on the dreams.
The dreams as well.
Yeah.
As long as their dreams are not nightmares, that's okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. He definitely has the passion still for the race, and it's good that he still gets checked in with about this.
I see what he means. I mean, there's so much that goes into it, and then you sort of forget that actually that day you need everybody to show up, and it really is kind of a wonderful time when we show up on race day, and you got close to 1,500 people milling around, talking to each other with the families, and and then all our sponsors are giving out tropical smoothies and pizzas and donuts, and it's just it's worth every minute of the effort.
That's good to mention that some of the sponsors make it a festive event.
Yeah,
it isn't just they donate money and get their name on something. They're there with a booth, and they're entertaining the kids and providing some neat stuff.
So what can we expect at the 51st annual at the finish line? What can we expect at the finish line?
Oh, geez. Well, the first thing we have is new shirts. This is a big reveal, but we're getting long sleeve tees this year for the first time ever.
wow.
So.
Yeah, we had a great race last year, so we figured we would reward with something different.
Okay.
So long sleeve T-shirts this year. At the finish of the race, we still have Riccardi's donates pizza.
Okay.
Dunkin' Donuts, they supply donuts.
Yeah.
Tropical
Smoothie has smoothies that they serve. And I know some of the other booths, like Carefree Homes and Sousa Orthodontist.
Okay.
They provide like little games for the kids to play, and maybe they win something. But it makes it a festive event.
I think Bay Coast is going to be
Bay Coast is
actually
there. They
getting to
do
be
the
a little
same
bigger. The hot dog stand, that's a big one.
Right. Yeah,
Super excited
Bold
about the
Real
hot
Estate
dogs.
serving hot
That's
dogs.
great.
They served hot dogs last year, which was a first. So and they said they would do it again. So I guess they had a good time.
Yeah.
So
So it's turning into kind of almost like an event after the race, which is that's probably my favorite part of the race, to be honest with you. Everybody's done, and you see everybody talking, and it's a really nice.
well, it's a reunion.
Yeah.
It's almost like a town reunion.
Yeah. And then we give away, at the end of the race, and this isn't like we really want people to stick around because we give away so many gift cards and prizes to winners of the various age groups, like we've mentioned, all the way from under 13 to over 80,
Over
90.
Over 80.
80. All right. So we give away to the top 3 male and female finishers of each one. Then the father-son, father-daughter
Okay. Yeah.
teams, they get Red Sox tickets. So
Great.
that's kind of cool.
That
The
is
first
cool.
and second place get Red Sox tickets, and third place will get a nice meal for the two of them.
Nice.
So the after race is just as fun as the pre-race and the race itself. Probably more so because when people are done, they're like really happy. But,
So I'm going to ask you each a question. What's your most memorable Father's Day road race experience?
I think for me I ran the first one, and I think the first one still stands in my mind, mainly because racing wasn't really big then. It was just, the running boom was just starting back in '74. And so I didn't know what to expect. And it was, back then it was 6.7 miles.
Okay.
So just not knowing and being able to complete it, and in one piece was memorable for me.
Great. So all the way back to 51 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
I got to fast forward a little bit from there.
Be kind.
I was born 51 years ago. So my favorite memory is it's a very personal one. So I run it every year with my son, my other son, and my daughter. And then so my daughter ran it when she was in 3rd grade as part of Soul Sisters, which is still vibrant and still going. So my first grader wanted to run because she was running it. So I'm like, Will, I was like, geez, I don't know, it's 3 miles. He's like, I'll be fine. So we started running, myself, my daughter, and my son Will, and he started running backwards. He's like, come on. He's like, what do you guys, let's go faster. And I always, it sticks out to me because my son Will has gone on. He's in college now. Yeah. He's a Division I collegiate runner. He's been fortunate to win the Father's Day race a couple times. So I think back to that memory of him doing that, and it's special to me. Just it's a family thing, and then see him do that, and then to see what the race kind of sparked in him in a way. So it's really, it's just such a wonderful race. I'm sure everybody has their own little sort of individual memories. That's mine for sure. That stands out.
That's great. Yeah, it's a very important part of our community to have this race for many reasons. Like you said, it's like a reunion, to so many people. I mean, personally, I always take my number and bring it to my father's grave, as part of my Father's Day ritual, and my children have followed suit, and even my granddaughter has followed suit. So, it really does build a family. It builds in a family sense, and and seeing the friends out there, they may be just in town for Father's Day, but they still come to run the race, So you can't do this without volunteers. So talk about our volunteers that help out with the Father's Day road race.
Well, our board is really, how many members would you say? 4?
That's it.
Yeah. We added someone this year,
a
volunteer to help. But race day, it's kind of a nip and tuck thing. We could use more people. Carol Ann Days has a group of ladies that help us with number pickup and things like that. So there's a core group, but there's always something that needs to be done. After the race, just cleaning up.
Even just little things like we have the parking lot people, like the people giving out the medals at the end. Yeah. Then we got some folks who, when people finish, to keep them moving along so there's not a big sort of stampede. We have the Boy Scouts, giving out water. We have my other son, Owen, DJs Benoit. He DJs Hastings, and then we just we had to get somebody to help DJ Benoit Square because I think music's an important part of it.
Yes, yep.
So there's just it's almost hard to think how many people we have. We got timers, right?
We have timers.
Along the race.
We have 2 water stops.
Yeah.
One on Howland Road.
Okay.
At a friend's house. She's been sponsoring this, and the Livesey Club tends to help her out.
Okay.
And then we have a water stop when you come around, and it's at Benoit Square, which is the North Fairhaven Improvement Association, and the Lions Club, and Boy Scout Troop 52.
Okay.
Man, that.
There's a lot of people, a lot of moving parts, and then we have the Fairhaven High School band. We set that up so they come and volunteer. They sing or play instruments for the national anthem, which is
Right.
beautiful. And I guess the militia, there's so many people that come into
Yeah,
it.
the militia with the canning, which is a tradition.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
It scares a lot of people, but if they haven't been there before. But
It gets them ready for the race.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
wonderful though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do we register for the race?
You can go to fairhavenroadrace.com.
Okay.
I'm sorry, .org, and it'll prompt you where you can go to register. And it also gives you information on the race. One thing to remember is as of June 1st, the adult price goes from $25 to $30.
Okay.
The other thing is early number pickup is on Saturday, the day before the race, between 10 and 12.
At Hastings.
Between 10 and 12
At Hastings, yeah.
And I can give you a flyer too. I don't know if there's a way to.
Yeah,
Put
yeah,
that
we
in.
can have the flyer put on the show as well.
And that has a QR code where somebody could just
Perfect.
do it that way too.
Yeah, perfect. That's great. Well, the 51st year,
Yeah.
I wish you both incredible success.
Thank
I'm sure it's going to be a great day with lots of runners and lots of proud fathers running with their children or guardians of their children or just a friend from the neighborhood.
Yeah. That's really the part of the race that's really grown is the interaction with the parents and their children
Absolutely.
running. And the schools have sponsored that with their programs.
Exactly.
Bob
They
and,
really have.
and Soul Sisters. And
But just to take it a full circle moment, my son Will, every year now, he goes to one of the Band of Brothers meetings.
Okay.
And he gives a speech, and then he runs with the boys after, which is just,
That's great.
It's awesome. It's
That's
so
great.
fun to see. So
It's great to see his progress too,
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
just that first grader who wanted to run the race with
That's
his
right.
dad and his
Yep.
sister, and now
it's just
here he is,
It's awesome.
a
And
collegiate
then,
runner.
Yep. And then again, the boys, he talks to them about
Yeah.
it's really a pay it forward type thing, and it's what the race does. It's awesome.
Okay, well, great. Well, once again, congratulations on the 51st year.
Thank you.
And wish you a lot of luck on Father's Day, right in June. It's
Yeah,
coming up.
It's coming up quick.
So I
Sure
encourage
is.
people to register and register quickly.
Okay.
All right, and best of luck.
All
And
right,
thank
thank
you
you.
so much for all you do
No,
for
no,
our community.
Yeah, thanks
No.
for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you.